former Bosasa CEO, is expected to give more damning testimony today. My partner Dan Moyane live for us ahead of the commission resuming this morning. He's there in Parktown. Dan, a very good morning to you. And I suppose yes, the big question would be, what is the ANC? How is it going to handle this? It has already said for now it will wait for the commission to actually complete its work. But others, with an election coming up, can it afford to just wait and see?
Good morning, partner. As usual, you look lovely this morning in your black. But now, can I just say one thing? There's a legal argument and there's a political argument here. Legally, you could say technically, Ace Magashule and Zizwi Kodwa are correct in saying this is not a trial. It's a commission of inquiry. People come up, give evidence. Okay, that's number one. Technically, they will be correct. However, politically, what are they risking here? Because perceptions are the ones that go out and affect the politics of the day. Many ordinary South Africans listening and hearing all these damning allegations against some senior government officials, some of whom are still sitting in government today. Others are senior state officials. Others are senior members of the National Executive Committee who've been implicated in all sorts of allegations that have been made by Angelo Agrizzi since last week here at the Zondo Commission of Inquiry. I'm wondering, really, who is actually governing us? What's happening with governance? You cannot address that big elephant in the room because, after all, partner, as we know, perceptions go a long way in influencing politics. But to help us understand and unpack some of those likely implications on the governing party, the African National Congress, a few months ahead of the general election, is Professor Ivo Saraskinski from WITS. He's with us here this morning. Prof, good morning. Overall, you've just heard me saying that there's a legal argument, there's a political argument. The ANC is saying, no, this is not about us, it's about individuals. They must come here themselves and answer to the commission. It's got nothing to do with the party. Don't use the commission as a kangaroo court against the ANC. That's one argument. But politically, are they risking a lot?
They're making huge risks on this one.
And that is that this information, the Guptas and the Bosasas, has been in the public domain for a long time now due to the investigative journalism. And the various and successive deployment committees that have put ANC members into public office need to be held accountable for ignoring the information that has been in the public domain. And that's been verified by the SIU in their investigation, which gathered dust on the Bosasa incident. So they can't simply say that it's individuals, not the ANC, because the organization ignored credible information over a long period of time that this was going on.
And of course, at the Nasrec conference of the ANC in December 2017, there was a resolution around the issues of corruption. We need to tackle corruption. The party needs to be seen to be doing something at the minimum.
Absolutely. Corruption is a big election issue. People are watching this closely. And if we're going to continue to get these vague answers to tough questions, then it could significantly impact negatively on the voter base.
Is it good enough for Zizi Kodwa and Ace Magashule and the ANC to be saying the party distances itself from these individuals? They must come here and answer in their individual capacity. When, according to the allegations by Angelo Agrizzi, Bosasa was trying to influence them in their capacity in the roles that they were playing in government to which they were deployed by the party.
Well, both of those leaders in the ANC have very little option but to say that, because the evidence is so damning. So it's spin doctoring and it's not convincing.
Not convincing, then the ANC, in your view, should be seen to be really more active, or rather proactive, in handling the situation than just letting the so-called individuals deal with this by themselves.
Indeed. So what they're probably hoping for is for the individuals who are contaminated by this to voluntarily withdraw. That seems to be the style of politics at the moment.
Could that opportunity arise as the ANC is finalizing its national election list?
Well, I think that some of the candidates who've been compromised by this, who are on the list, are going to dig in. If we look at the legal letter from Ms. Mokunyani, it's a sign that she's just not going to take this lying down. She's going to fight it. So she's going to stand on that list that she's currently on. And then the ANC is going to have to make some tough decisions, because you can't go to voters and have people who might end up in parliament or even in cabinet with these kinds of allegations around them, which seem to be very, very credible.
Very credible. Thank you very much, Professor Ivo Saraskinski, the partner. There you have it. Well, according to the prof here, ANC is risking a little bit when it comes to the political side of what's coming out of here. Today, we do not know whom Angelo Agrizzi will be focusing on. Yesterday, the former prisons boss, Linda Mti, was one of those who was discussed quite a lot in that testimony. And when we saw that state capture list, there's more names on that list. So today we wait to see how many more explosive evidence will be coming out, how many more damning allegations against whomever will be coming up in this ongoing Bosasa saga here at the Zondo Commission of Inquiry. Partner, we'll be talking to you again later on about 8 o'clock as we continue live here in Parktown to explore likely fallouts politically for the governing party and individuals involved from the state capture inquiry.
Thanks.